somebody's done you wrong, it's time for you to sing along and call them out, call them out, call them out. You gotta call them out, call them out, call them out. It's time to call them out.
Okay, who do you need to call out and for what here today? Well, one thing that's kind of interesting, I guess, to call out, and we've done it here before, but just odd to see this video that Jbird captured when he was riding with Denny's over the weekend in their car. And have you ever seen the ATV riders, four-wheelers that are out there on the public roads, which I guess they're not street legal. You're not supposed to have them out there anyway, because I don't see any license plates on any of them. I don't know if you can get them registered and even take them out there. But
well, they have to have seat belts and the proper reflectors and a license plate to make them legal.
On the Forerunners?
I think so, right? It's like a motorcycle.
Yeah, I don't know about seat belts, but yeah, I don't know what you'd have to do to make them street legal. I know the golf carts in some instances you do, but
you gotta have seat belts.
I don't know about a four-wheeler, but the one thing that I do know you probably shouldn't be doing is tricks, where you're kind of like up on the back two tires and kind of weaving in and out of traffic a little bit, because you take a tumble, then you're going to become a speed bump and you're going to probably cause an accident, I would imagine.
I saw it all go down and I got it all on camera.
The guy fell off?
No one fell off. But what it was weird, they were doing a bunch of, like Kevin was saying, tricks and wheelies. And I could see I was in the car right next to them. It's a little uneasy because you don't want them,
falling on you,
doing a trick into your car or
right.
So I got them all doing wheelies, but that wasn't even the craziest thing. There's a cop parked at the red light, just waiting at the red light. They do a trick right in front of the cop, run the red light in front of the police officer, and the police officer did not look like he did anything. Just let him go. They were speeding off and didn't do a thing.
Wow.
Unless he pulled them over way down. But I can tell you, if you look at the video, all the cars are passing the police officer. And then people were saying they're not allowed to go chase after them.
I don't know. It is a tough situation, I think, that the police have to deal with. And was that in Boynton Beach by any chance?
That was in West Palm.
It was in West Palm. Okay. Yeah,
every jurisdiction is allowed to chase or not chase. I think the cops in that town decide what they want to do.
Well, the thing is, and I think the reason why I asked, it looked like it might have been a Boynton Beach cop, possibly.
So maybe that's what you just can't pull anybody over. Even if you see a crime going on, you're not allowed to pull somebody over, and if you're not in your jurisdiction.
I mean, I think if it were a life or death situation, that they would intervene, but otherwise, like if they're an undercover cop, but otherwise, I don't think that they're going to actively enforce traffic laws in a jurisdiction that's not their own. So that might have been what it is. But yeah, I mean, they just, in the video, you can see they clearly blow right through the red light, keep on going, and cop was sitting right there. And I don't think it looked like they were going to pull them over. I mean, like Jbird said, they could have later, but that's
it didn't look like it at all.
Yeah, I think that's what I had seen. But
I could be wrong, but I mean, when they all got off the line, when it turned green, cars were passing the cop car.
And the cop was just like, not my town, not my problem.
I guess that's how it works.
He might have been going home from his own shift in his actual jurisdiction and just been like, this is not my city. I would have to do so much extra paperwork to do this, and it's really not my job.
I wonder where that does cut off. If you are in a different jurisdiction and you are a police officer and you see something go down, is it all traffic? Let's say you saw, a mugging going on. Do you not get involved? Because
I think you would get involved for a mugging. I think any cop would.
Right?
But maybe this is just not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think typically the only time they cross into another jurisdiction is if the crime happened in their jurisdiction, and so they're trying to get them. And then a lot of times they'll radio ahead to the next community they might be in and say, hey, we've got somebody that committed a crime here and they're heading into your area, so will you help out? And then they all kind of get together and do all that stuff. But I think with the ATVs and the motorbikes that are out there, because I know they had a kid that had died on one in Boynton. That's why I'd asked if it was in Boynton. And so people were very upset that there was a death there. And Grant said, they stopped engaging and chasing dirt bikes and ATVs. Now they just put up drones to find out where they live and where they meet up. And then they may just go to their house and bust them there or serve them a ticket. Just just to not make it
that's a good
dangerous for
point.
everybody else.
The cop wasn't reacting in traffic, but he could have called in a drone.
Yeah.
And the drone could have been following them to wherever they're going.
Those drones are good, man. Mm-hmm. I've seen some drones at work.
I'm pro drone for the cops. It keeps the cops safe. It keeps them involved in high speed. It keeps them out of high speed chases. Mm-hmm. I don't want the cops in a high speed chase when a drone can do it.
Yeah. There's just smarter ways you can police, and you get the same results in a much safer way. Somebody else to call out as well. You and Denny's had a lot of eventful things happen. You said you also got flipped off by a driver, Jbird?
Yeah, someone almost ran us off the road, and then they were clearly in the wrong, and then they flipped us off. So you're like, you're wrong, and then you flip us off. Interesting move.
I heard it was our radio competition that is a morning show across the street.
Was it? Oh boy, well they got us, I tell you what. They scared us, Virginia.
Yeah, traffic seems to bring out the worst in people. Laura said, I want to call out the old bee that honked at me in the parking lot as I was trying to get my daughter into her car seat. She had the nerve to roll her window down, call me a bee, and tell me to hurry up. There was an empty spot right next to the one that she was asking to park in. I had some choice words for her and all this nonsense, and she could just go to the ice cream shop. I hope that ice cream gives you the runs. That is Laura from Wellington.
Oh, if that was me, I would have taken 45 minutes to put my kid in the car seat and pull out of that spot.
Yeah.
I would have started checking my Instagram. Mm-hmm. I would have followed up on emails from 6 months ago.
Yep.
I would have sat my ass in that parking spot and not moved.
You're right.
And cackled.
Not for you.
No.
I'm not gonna, with that kind of attitude, I'm not going to do anything to accommodate what your request is.
All my plans are now canceled for the day, and I'm sitting here.
Yeah. He ain't getting this spot.
Dumb bee.
Also, just got to call out all the dumb driving that happens out there. There's kind of a national story that has got local ties. Did you see the truck driver who made the illegal U-turn on the turnpike?
No.
Just decided he was going to turn the whole truck around. And
a turnpike U-turn?
Yeah, decided it's a good place to turn around, right? Nope, not a good place to turn around. Happened near Fort Pierce in St. Lucie County. There was a minivan driver, a 30-year-old Florida City man that drove basically right then under the semi. 2 passengers there dead, another one dead, 3 dead, all because this guy made a boneheaded move.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So there you go. So they're looking into that because the guy also was a migrant that wasn't supposed to be here that entered through the southern border and got a driver's license in California. So they're kind of looking to see how that all happened as well.
Oh, no.
That's kind of the side story to the whole thing. The big thing is just you see people doing dumb things. Look, if you miss your exit or whatever happens, I'm sorry. That's the price you got to pay. You got to keep going.
We don't make a U-turn on the turnpike.
No.
Oh, my gosh.
You can't do that kind of stuff, man. So it's kind of a message to everybody out there. Just, I see it every day that I'm on the highway. There's one thing you're going, that person's going to kill somebody. In a different situation, there's dead people because of that.
And he killed these innocent people in a minivan.
Because he had to try to do a U-turn. Yeah, so that's not how we do it, my friend. Not how we do it.
Wow.
A couple other things going on there. Jbird, this is kind of a message about solicitors as well. You said you had 2 come to your house 2 different times last week, knocking and knocking. One was last Monday, and you finally went to sleep, you said, and you were woken by solicitors knocking on your door like a madman.
I never, ever take naps, and I was really, really just, my body gave out, and I finally went under, and this solicitor would not stop knocking. Because I could tell, because I could see on my camera, I'm going, it's a solicitor, son of a biscuit. He would not stop knocking to a point where you go, all right, dude, what are you doing here?
It makes you think like they're on drugs.
It does.
Because a normal person knocks and nobody answers, and then they go away. So if somebody is going to continue to knock on your door, I am so not answering it. It tells me that you don't understand the common laws of knocking.
Is it just my neighborhood, or does everybody get a lot of people knocking on your door soliciting? I know you don't because you live in fancy Tequesta.
Yeah, we have a gate.
I do occasionally. I would say maybe once or twice a month. And
don't answer it.
I don't. Sometimes I have that glass front door and they're sitting there like, hey. And I'm like, Just like, no.
Well, whatever you want,
Yeah.
you're looking to take my time and take my money, and it's stuff that I don't want. You're not going to take any of my time, any of my money, or any of my freedoms in my home.
It brings out an uglier side of me than that. I just don't like the... Because they go into a spiel and you go, I'm not interested, and then they keep going and you go, I'm not interested, and then you finally go, I'm sorry, I got to shut the door, and you close the door on their face, and I don't want to do that, but you've given me no choice.
Just don't answer the door.
And that's what
people that you know, they're going to text you and they're going to say, hey, I'm coming over, or hey, I'm here. If they don't know me enough to have my phone number, I'm not answering the door.
The problem is sometimes I won't have my phone in my hand and I'm expecting somebody.
I know, that's what happened to you when you were expecting me.
I didn't have my phone and they knocked on the door and it was that gospel group or the
and then you pulled out your guitar and had a jam session with them.
The church group.
You are the problem.
They were trying to recruit me hard, Kevin.
They were.
Fancy's got to call him out. One that I had several weeks ago after I'd gotten out of the Morgan Wallen concert. She said Miami Gardens PD and the Hard Rock Stadium staff, they got to do a better job on the traffic flow after concerts. It took over an hour for me to pick up my daughter and her friend while I was waiting right outside the stadium on 27th Avenue. And then 12:45 a.m. to open the roads back up so we could get out of the area.
Whoa.
I noticed that as well. I don't know what their thought process is on the flow, but it is insane. It's a good, for the Morgan Wallen, I think it was an hour and a half. It took me to kind of get out of the area. And I was like, that's just, come on, man. I know it's a full stadium and all that, but we got to do a better job.
That's insane.
Getting these people out. And so my son, I told him, and I think the hack honestly is because he'd taken the Bright Line to Aventura Station. And when you get out of there, it's hard to even get an Uber. So they have drivers and it's $75, and that's just something to write into it. So either you're going to just chill in your car for a while and pay $50 to park, or $75 to get a driver that's right there that has a car to get you out. And that's really about the only two strategies to have, because it is a nightmare trying to get out after a big packed concert.
So prepare yourself and budget for that extra expense.
Mm-hmm. And also got to call him out here. Chris said my son Christopher goes to Centennial High in Port St. Lucie. His mother was in the first graduating class back in the year 2000, and they've got a new principal. And one thing they always did was senior hall since 2013. Every senior would put their handprint on this wall. It was less than halfway filled, so there's still plenty of room for the next graduating classes, but somebody made the decision to paint over the wall. And since my son started in his freshman class, that was the one thing he was looking forward to do, was putting his handprint on the wall. I'm not sure why some a-hole made the decision, but I'm calling him out. Why would you do that? That was a tradition.
Why would you do that?
That was a tradition that we've been doing at this school since 2000, and they decided to change it.
What a bunch of dummies.
Somebody new got in charge, and they were trying to make their mark, and we're going to paint over this, and we're going to make some waves.
Well, you suck, and now you've made a lot of kids sad, and maybe you shouldn't be an educator if you're that tone deaf.
Yeah, who knows who made the decision, but they are not happy with it.
Well, they suck.
I like when schools do cool things like that. It's fun.
Yeah, it is. It is. We do have some good call-em-outs here today. One of those, I want to call out the Aquilina Resort and Residences on the beach in Sunny Isles Beach. They were named the best waterfront hotel in America by USA Today, and the Palm Beach Resort and Spa in Manalapan was number 9 on their list.
Aquilina
Resort and Residences on the beach, yes.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. Yeah, you should know.
Resort and Residences. So that means that it's kind of like the one on Singer Island, the Marriott, where one of the Williams sisters used to live. So half of it's a hotel, half of it's condos, and then they have a spa and a pool, and it's for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Everybody is included. Also, I want to give a shout out to Palm Beach Gardens Picnic Sandwich Shop. They came in at number 11 on Yelp's top 100 sandwich shops in all of America.
Oh, where's this?
Palm Beach Gardens.
Oh, Picnic.
It's my neck of the woods.
Have you been to Picnic?
I have not.
They said they have high-quality ingredients, delicious food, and excellent customer service. So there you go. Opened in 2021. Also, shout out to a pastry chef, Denise Elrod. She, in Savory Chef Jacob Town, too, they won the $20,000 on Guy's Grocery Games, Guy Fieri.
I saw this.
Yeah.
Yes, good for them.
Yeah, they created 3 dishes featuring pineapple, including a vinegar ice cream. Elrod, a returning champion, previously won the show in 2019, so congratulations to them.
Elrod, killing it.
Yep.
Won twice?
Yeah. That's impressive.
That
Good
is very
job,
impressive.
guys. What's that restaurant where they are?
The restaurant where they are, it did not say. It just said they're on Guy's Grocery Games.
Okay, all right. I'll have to look that up.
And they're a pastry chef, but yeah, I don't have where they typically work.
I want to go on that game.
I want to go to their restaurant where they are putting out pastries like that that's won twice.
Also, shout out to the Dolphins. Got a win on Saturday over the Detroit Lions, 24-17. They got the Jaguars at home at Hard Rock Stadium on Saturday. Again, still preseason, though. Lionel Messi scored the go-ahead goal and then assisted on another one to lift Inter Miami to a 3-1 victory over the LA Galaxy on Saturday in Lauderdale. And even the Marlins won yesterday, though they lost the series of the Red Sox in Boston. There was a lot of winning yesterday for Miami teams. And I don't know if you saw Scotty Scheffler's chip-in birdie on the 17th hole winning the BMW Championship. They're saying he's doing the kind of stuff that you haven't seen since Tiger Woods was doing it.
Fancy. Okay, so Elrod is at Blackbird in Jupiter.
Okay.
Blackbird in Jupiter is a great restaurant.
Absolutely.
It's fabulous. So, yeah, go see Denise Elrod and get that pastry.
A couple other nice little shout-outs. A little shout-out to my brother and sister-in-law for doing it right. Baby Levi was born, beautiful and healthy. And a baby who's now off to college. Carlos sending this in. His son Alberto just went off to Embry-Riddle. So it's been his dream since he was like 3. And there he is at the aeronautical school.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So congratulations on that.